take a sip of that actually. Bonk.
Maybe 0 out of 5.
Oh. You know what? That beer tastes way better than the fucking Jägermeister that I had. Where are you, by the way?
Can't imagine. I'm right on top of you.
Literally inside of me, dude. Well, that's okay.
Yes,
but,
exactly.
That's oh wait. Well. Where?
I guess the week 2 is gonna be a weird video.
I don't know about that one. That's that. Yeah, we forget about that. Please. Hello there. It's already been a week. Damn, time flies when there's video goals to chase. Now, this week has been a mess for me. It started out great with the drunk Padix Island stream right after last week's video, but it quickly went south after that due to an entire bottle of Jägermeister and only beer to go with that. I was hungover for the entirety of the Monday, and to add to that, I've been hit by a pretty shitty cold/fever combo that's been wrecking me for the past few days. I hope that my voice will somewhat suffice for this week. However, enough of the boring stuff. This week will be my first week of actually following up on what's been going on. And since last week was all about the layout and the rules and whatnot, I actually have 15 days to cover. The majority of my time in video this year has been spent in Padix Island grinding for the rich merchants piece. Now, I kinda wanted to title this video Padix Agony, Suffering, Pain and Depression, but I refrained from doing so in hope that I'll get a bit of new breath flowing through my lungs next week with some upper Secraya grinding. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near the point of giving up. It's just too depressing of a spot to force it for longer than 2 weeks at a time. I might still do a few hours here and there if my grind partner is down for it, but I'll mix in some upper Secraya grinding since I still need that peace. On the topic of my grind partner, I think he's had more of a mental boom than I have. Just listen to him.
Just surviving. I'm trying.
Wait, what happened? I responded to one message. I hear you cry for help. I think he lost it.
Dungeon ni deai wo motemeru no wa machigateiru toiro daruka.
Yeah, I'm speechless, Stubbs. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I wanted to do Upper Secraya and also some trading for the Padix and the Ash piece, as it can both be done in Valencia quite easily and chill, even if the chance of them dropping is way lower. Oh, and until I reach C9 in my armors, I will value Kaffers at 3 mil, and each one that I can snag below that will just be a steal. Let's hope that the price declines, but for now I'll just bank in on the extra money and value them at 3 mil. And with that, we get a whooping 163.5 mil an hour over 37 hours so far. Some of those hours were with Arsha, some with Old Moon, and even J Scrolls, but none of them have so far been grinded alone. I refuse to solo this spot when I still got Upper Secraya to do. It just makes no sense to drop efficiency even if I want this piece so badly first. Now, apart from Padix, I also grinded a little bit of Ore Camp, a little bit of Swamp Fogans, and a little bit of Biragiden. But honestly, none of these spots were grinded nearly as long as I grinded Padix. All 3 spots were way more money per hour though, like twice at least. It is very possible that you will see a lot more of Orc Camp being grinded next week, as I do still have some small side goals I want to go for. Some of those would be going for the crit upgrade for my freshly made pen ring, a forest path wagon that I would be using for the trading method that I mentioned previously, and potentially enough Kafras to make my fallen god. But more on that next week. I also life skilled in a bunch of silver this year. Now, it's not a lot, but it put food on the table, or Kafros in the armors, I should say. Now, it mainly consists of gathering North Kaya mountaintop, but I also hunted Featherwolf for 2 hours to try it since the Kafros update, and I also bartered on 2 of the days and turned in Imperials on 4 of the days. I will get more consistent with this as I go, but I'm mainly focused on combats. And even then I just focused on treasure item grinding and not silver intake. So I'm still a bit behind on silver right now. I did, however, find out one more method that I want to track for this year's money goal. It's not big, but it's something that I'll do throughout the year anyway, and that is rift bosses. I managed to get pretty lucky this week and grab the Pride Distortion, amongst other things. So that's a really sweet bonus. And I also want to apologize about that bit in my goal video where I said that I would be butchering the global stat tracking with my bartering and my Imperials. I'll be tracking bartering, Imperials and rift boss money in a spreadsheet and calculate it together with the grinding and life scaling profits at the end of the week for the progression videos instead. And we are currently 4,430,673,605 silver behind the goal. My gear has progressively gotten better and better, but as mentioned before, I also got my pen Crescent from questing finally. So that made me reach the 289 AP brackets in both stances for some pretty sweet clear speed. But since I got sick, I sadly don't have much more to report. I wish I could have streamed more. I hope that next week won't be as chaotic for me and I'll be able to stream lots more. And right after this video goes live, actually, I'll be going live on Twitch for the first stream of the week. So if you're interested in following my little adventure, then go check it out at twitch.tv/abe. Link is in the description. And as always, take care and stay safe. I hope to see you soon.